Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Hicks versus Hicks. Mrs. Hicks, you're here with your husband. You've been recently separated, and you've just allowed your husband back in the home in the last month. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your goal with this hearing today?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here to find out the truth, hopefully, and to see if my husband is still dealing with a woman named Coretta that he was dealing with previously, and also if he is living with another woman.
Mr. Hicks, what do you have to say about that?
No.
No,
right.
that's no. Okay.
I haven't seen Coretta since I kicked her out 2 years ago.
Have you been in touch with her via text or other social media or other technology?
Yes, I had through Facebook, but it wasn't on that level. Like, you know, it's just been like small talk.
All right, Ms. Hicks, do you believe that?
I don't really know what to believe. He lies a lot. If I can't get the truth, or if it's still infidelity going on, then I'm gonna have to let my marriage go.
This what she do.
Are you considering divorce? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes. I went online and bought I guess it's like a divorce book.
Did you know that?
No.
I do have proof of the receipt and everything for it.
Ron, would you please get that?
Yes, Sean.
So you had no idea that she had done research and was ready to file?
She had said, like, you know, I didn't know she was trying to take it, down that route. I didn't know that.
She has bought a divorce book, a guide to doing an uncontested divorce. Mr. Hicks, this is serious.
I was trying to get her to understand my standpoint so we ain't have to come to this point,
Mrs. Hicks, people don't get married unhappy, so there had to been some happy times.
When we first got together, it was, he made me laugh. He's funny and talented and, great conversation. All those things that kind of make you want to, take those steps to be with someone. And
how did you all meet?
We were neighbors. He lived like a house away from me. I happened to actually be walking past his house, and he kind of almost broke his neck to get outside to talk to me. And he was like, hey, can I get your number? And I'm like, well, I live right there. I'll be back.
Okay.
And I actually didn't come back that same day.
You played him off?
I did, a little bit.
Not played off. She was playing hard to get.
No, she played him off.
When I first, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's not really my type. So I kind of kept it moving.
Mr. Hicks, I gotta know. How did you finally get the number?
When I found out she stayed like 2 houses down, I was really like, you mine. I walk past, I keep walking to the store, I might see her. Hey, Kiana, how you doing? You still ain't text me yet, she said. He eventually did it, and
The rest is history.
You turned on the charm.
Oh, basically, he was a charmer.
Well, Color, I try to play a little hard to get. You know what that looked like.
Yeah, we dated 7 years before we got married, so I don't know how how much harder you could have played, but yeah. So what went wrong?
Yeah.
I guess when I caught him cheating, I should say, just one day he's like, oh, I'm going with a family member, I'll be back. Okay, but he left his Facebook open on the computer and saw that he was messaging another female, and he's like, trying to meet up with her. We actually had an app on our phones where you could track the other phone, and it showed me the area he was in. But by the time I got there, he was already going to his car.
Yeah.
And he saw me, so he kind of like hurried up and took off, and I followed him, and it was like a big mess.
Did you never saw another woman?
Regardless if it was another woman, let's just start there. You told her you were at a family member's house, but you weren't. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so that was a lie right there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, now, it really was another woman, wasn't it?
Yes, Your Honor. Basically.
All right, so how did this wind up when you got home?
It wasn't really a conversation. I just put him out. And that was kind of,
that's really...
when our separation.
That's a pretty short conversation.
Is this the only thing he's done in the past?
No.
Okay, tell me about what else he's done.
Like I said, with the woman with Coretta, what happened was he went out. He's like, oh, I'm going out with a family member. I'll be back. And he was gone for 4 days.
4 days?
What was
4 days.
this?
He was gone for 4 days. So when he came back, I'm like, you can get your stuff. And I changed my locks. No phone call, no text message, no nothing.
I did call you.
No, he told me that he was with a
I
family member.
was with one of my friends. It was one of my best friends.
He told me he was with a family member, and that the first night he said, oh, well, I was intoxicated, I drank too much, and then I couldn't drive home.
That's true, too. That's what happened.
What happened the other 2 days?
What happened the other 2 days?
That's a whole nother occasion you talk about. I left overnight. I didn't want to drive back, so...
didn't come back
drunk.
the next day.
I told you I slept in the car.
All right.
Okay,
And then-
you keep mentioning Coretta. What did you find out about Coretta?
Around New Year's Eve, I happened to call him because someone was breaking into my house, which he chose not to believe. And as I'm talking to him, I hear a female in the background, and I actually spoke to her, and she's like, "Oh, well, this is my man, and we've been together for such and such." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well, you spoke to her?
Yeah.
You gave her the phone?
He
I don't know how they
basically
talk.
We talked on your phone.
How?
You were right there.
I didn't have no other woman, no phone. If she was telling me that, that was,
Okay, I'm stuck on the part about your wife calling you and then you giving the phone to your girlfriend so your girlfriend can talk to your wife. Did that happen?
yeah, that did happen. But
Yeah, see?
Okay,
You know, I'm not sure being a player is your thing.
did Coretta know you were married?
yes, she did.
And I talked to her myself. She told me that he told her that he had filed divorce papers. Me and him were no longer together. And then
She lied to you because I never told her that. I told her I was
What?
still married. Then we weren't even talking about a divorce then.
It's kind of hard for the pot to call the cauldron black on this one. I mean, you telling lies. How can you say
she
she
said
lied?
that they were trying to plan a baby together and all of this just all
You see
types
who
of
she said that
craziness.
to? She said it to my wife. I mean, come on. She trying to get you mad.
When did your relationship with this Coretta end?
I don't know the exact day. It was before Valentine's Day.
Oh. Now that's a real player move to break up right before Valentine's Day.
All right, so you have not been with Coretta since February 2015.
Correct. I did text her. We did text, but that was just recently, like a couple weeks ago.
But your concern is he's still sleeping with her. Is that correct?
Yes, and there's also another woman that I think he's still dealing with.
Okay, wait a minute. There's a number two?
Me and him separated again, and he told me that he was going to get his own apartment, and I found out he was living with another woman.
How did you find that out?
Our son told me. He's like, he was like, there's a girl. But I had found out, like, before he moved out, I knew he was communicating with this woman because she was on Facebook making all type of status. Facebook tells everything. So I kind of put two and two together, and I kind of questioned my son a little bit. I'm like, well, is this the one? And I showed him the picture of her, and he's like, yeah, that's her, instantly, right off the bat. You told me you were moving alone, but...
Mr. Hicks, were you living with someone else?
Yes, I was. But we were separated.
And when did
Then
you...
I actually ran into them at a store together, him and the other woman. They're house shopping. Like crock pots and all type, blenders, all just, things for the house. And I'm like,
So did you
Okay.
have your own place or was she moved in with you?
We moved in together. She knew about Kiana. She knew what situation I was in, and I was trying to move on from it. And, we bonded on another level, and that's how that happened.
Well, that's a problem because you shouldn't be bonding with anybody but your wife. So why did you have him come home a month ago? Why'd you allow him to back in your house?
he called me. Oh, I want to come home. I'm done with the back and forth. So I thought we had a mutual understanding.
I never called her and said that.
What did you say?
Well, how did you get back there then?
We had a discussion.
All right, tell me about
we had a
that.
conversation, and it was, I was basically asking her, what she wanted to do. I told her what I wanted to do.
Which
Which
was?
Hey,
I told her I wanted to be with her.
Did you want to get back with him?
Once I found out he was living with the other woman, I said, if you're going to come back, you can't do the back and forth. You have to completely be done. And he's like, oh, I'm done. And he wanted to, video chat me and prove to me that he's packing up all his stuff. But he gets home and he's still doing the same stuff. He came back one night with different pair of underwear on. And I'm like,
Okay, wait a minute. You've let him back in the house a month ago.
Yeah.
And
well, let him back. He said he wanted to come back home.
No. You don't get to. That she allowed him back home.
It's his house, too.
No, it ain't. Not when you do what he did. It ain't his house. It's her house.
I think it's more comfortable to say they agreed that he would come back home.
All right, for the sake of this, moving this along, I'm gonna say that you all agreed for him to come home. All right. Do you have an apartment with anyone else?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
That was a long
pause.
Color, do you have another house or not?
No.
Okay, you see how he did that?
Yeah.
That's what that should look like.
it's just too many instances.
Okay,
And
Ms. Hicks, you want to know if he's still involved with this woman, Coretta, and you also want to find out if he's involved with someone else.
yes, Your Honor.
This court has tracked down Coretta.
where she at.
And she's here. Ron, would you please show her in?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're gonna take a seat right up next to the judges.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Do you know Mr. Hicks?
I
Miss
sure do.
Marion?
All right.
Tell us about that. How do you know him?
I met him about a year or two ago on a website. Never was married, no ring ever in sight. But he came to see me where I was at with their child.
You took your
That is not
child.
true. No.
Yes, we went to the mall, having a good old time. Me, him, and his
No, we
friend.
didn't.
So did you go visit her and take your child to see her?
Tell the truth. He's
Oh,
lying.
I did not.
He's lying.
Wow.
How long were you together?
I started messing with him after I got pregnant.
That's not true.
Okay.
We messed around from January to
He's lying.
from December to at the end of December to right before Valentine's Day. After that, I never seen her again.
He's lying.
Miss Hicks, what are you thinking right now?
That's not the story. I got pregnant with my daughter in April. So, like,
And I got
I
pregnant in
just-
February.
me and her did communicate. She did tell me that she was pregnant.
I didn't get her pregnant.
But he kept saying right off the bat that that's not his
Excuse
child.
me. When I got pregnant, he was happy. He came to my mother's house, rolling on my belly, saying that he wanted a little girl. And guess what? That's what I had.
And he never told you he was married.
After it came out, because like I said, he had put a picture on him on Facebook. I commented on there. I did say, babe, or, I love you, because, we was at that level, whatever. And she commented on there, like, excuse me, I'm his wife, and make a whole little paragraph. Then his friends.
I told her I was married.
Then his friends
and
told
then
him
my
to tell the
mom
truth.
was the one who commented on Facebook.
Okay, his
and-
friends told him to go ahead, be real, tell you married. He's like, man, okay, I am, but I'm about to get divorced. So like I said, there was no ring ever in sight. And maybe believe him, he picked me up. We drove to their house to go get her and her child. I'm in the front seat, she gets in the back with her child.
You actually picked up your girlfriend with your wife? Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
I pulled up.
did.
What?
But she didn't want to get out the front seat. I kept telling her, like,
Hold on,
she
he
don't
did
want
not
to.
tell me to get out. She stood at the
She
car.
was like, no, if she gonna have to fight me to get this front seat. That's what
It
she gonna get.
doesn't
I'm like,
matter
you know
what-
what?
lying.
it
He
doesn't-
can't tell the truth.
Okay,
He's a
you
liar.
have missed the point.
No woman, let me say that again, no woman wants to be in the car, front, back, the roof, with her husband and his girlfriend.
Miss Marion, Mr. Hicks has testified that the last time he was with you was 2 years ago.
That's true. But he has texted me recently. He sent me a little emoji with a little purple thing, meaning I miss his penis. And I said, I like cats now.
Wait, I'm sorry. There's a purple emoji that says,
Carla, let me translate.
Please.
That's where she lied.
He sent her eggplant emoji.
okay, all right,
That's a sign for a man.
yeah,
And saying, meaning he wanted to get with her.
right.
She sent back a picture of a cat
Saying that I
because
like-
she's no longer doing guys, she's doing girls. Is that fair?
Thank you.
All
Okay.
right.
This was last
You something else.
Send her no emoji.
This was last week.
So he
Me
sent you
haven't
an
talked
egg.
to her in 5 months.
I never sent no eggplant emoji.
Man,
left that part out.
Well,
Okay, that's the part you're denying?
Well, no, he did say
I
that he talked to her
text, see how
this
she
week.
was, see how she was doing
he didn't
or
even say how
whatnot.
you doing. That's not how he came at me.
Do you know anything about him dating other women?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I asked him who did he live with. I said, you live with your girl? He said, no. I did at least with another chick. I got all my screenshots.
Let me see what you have there.
I showed with screenshot and everything.
This is a text message, and it says, you got your own or you live with your girl. Okay, and he says, I signed a lease with this girl. Was he talking about Kiana?
No, a whole nother chick.
And Mr. Hicks, you signed a lease with this girl.
As of right now, I don't live with another girl. My stuff is at home.
But you got a lease with somebody else?
I was lying to her.
Okay,
Again.
here's the emoji,
Okay.
sir. I found the text message right here. All them texts is from Terrence, and that little purple emoji is the little eggplant.
Yeah, that's an eggplant all day.
So he ain't, and the date is last week. I was at work. I'm not lying.
Did you
So-
send her an eggplant?
See, look.
Earth,
Look, I
Earth
talk.
to Mr.
Can I-
Hicks.
Okay, look, can I talk? Can I?
Yeah, I want you to talk. I can't
Yeah,
wait
we
to
wanna
hear
hear
you
this.
talk.
Sit back for this
I was drinking. I was drinking. Right.
Last week
You know.
we were at home with.
I was drinking.
You and
I told
Beyonce.
Kiana about this situation. I said, you know what? I said, Coretta text me. She almost got me.
You still cheating? That's cheating.
That's cheating in your mind.
Because if she would have let you, you would have slept with her.
Definitely would
No, I
have.
wouldn't have. You know that.
If she would have let you, you would have did.
Come on now.
Okay, I
This is
think
the reason why
I think we've
Okay.
actually
Yeah.
heard enough.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hicks, let me just say this. You are a lovely young lady. And if you were my daughter, I would tell you, you need a good man, a man who's gonna value you and love you and treat you like the queen that you are.
Mr. Hicks, are you in it to win it? Are you in it with your wife for the long haul?
Am I the only one agreeing to something?
No,
Yeah.
we're talking to
I'm
you.
asking
Yes,
you.
I am.
Have your questions been answered?
No, he's still lying.
You deserve better, and in spite of his behavior, he deserves to do better.
We always say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of the chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned.